Not all online communities are created the same. Just like in-person communities, online communities each have their own vibe, their own culture, their own energy, and the people that are in them create the community itself. Today I want to share a little bit about what I think makes for a great online community and specifically a dance community. Hi, my name is Lauren Messina and I have been a dancer, choreographer, teacher for the past 26 years. I'm currently an independent artist working in dance and film as well, and I have an online community called Skool Dance. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to join. I'm a parent, artist, and partner to a photographer and filmmaker, and I really love talking about dance and community, which is what we're going to talk about here. The main point is that dance communities, online communities, communities in general, the best ones I've found are made up of connection, inclusivity, and meaningful interaction between members in the group. That includes administrators and any other kind of managerial staff that's a part of the community. So we're going to talk a little bit more about some things that factor into creating the best online experience for your members. If you'd like to start your own online community, I'll leave a link in the description to start a Skool community. And I have another video where I share a little bit about why I enjoy Skool and some of the features. I'll try and link that in this video as well. The first question I'm going to ask myself is, what do people get wrong about online communities? So I'm not an expert in any way on online communities. I started creating dance communities online on Skool 10 months ago and have created 3 or 4 of them, and I really enjoy experimenting, meeting people, and finding ways to be creative in the online space. Although I'm not an expert, I have been a part of a lot of different online communities, and in them I've seen things that work and things that I feel like don't work for me. Every community is different. You can try them out and see what works for you. You might find one that's not your vibe, and then you go to another one and it's just right for you. So the things I'm going to say, take with a grain of salt, because every community is different. They're run differently. If you have one, feel free to explore, follow your intuition, and do what feels right for you. What do people get wrong about online communities? Well, I think there's a few things. Coming in, and I've made these mistakes myself, and I still do, I'm still learning. But coming into a community, it sometimes feels like we start off on the wrong foot. So in person, we have what we sometimes call small talk or getting to know each other. We might meet up for the very first time in a place that is public. We might even have a phone call or a text message, or when we meet someone, I think we're often a little bit more guarded and we don't quite know what to expect. We're not usually fully trusting of a stranger, and it takes time to get to know people and to be vulnerable. Coming into the online space, for me, it can be a little bit weird. It's the same with social media. We have these connections to people where we see them open up, we see their profile, their bio, where we learn a bit about them before we've even actually met them or had a conversation, and it can feel very easy for some to get too comfortable, or comfortable to the point that the other person feels like, hey, we haven't even met yet. We haven't had any small talk. We haven't had a conversation. And you're coming at me full force saying all of these things as if we know one another on a close friend basis. So I think in online communities, it's really nice to get to know people with simple questions that ask about who they are in a way that's not invasive. Sharing maybe where you're from or what you like to do or any hobbies that you have. Things that we might consider small talk in real life, they really relate to online culture as well. So if you are an administrator for a group, you can start by welcoming people in with a short message, asking them how their day is, asking them about themselves in a way that doesn't feel invasive. I made the mistake of asking people so many questions in the past, and I think sometimes it's nice to just have things that are quick and easy to answer. You can put out a poll to members, and you can find ways to engage them that feel simple, that feel short, and that feel like they can share about themselves, but they still have a little bit of privacy when they're first starting to get used to the community. That's one thing. Other things that I think we can get wrong about online community is not remembering the person and the community member first. So I have learned, I haven't learned this, but I don't have like a big audience or following or anything like that on social media or inside the Skool community. I've met people, and I would say kind of gathered and ushered people in that I know, and strangers as well, and we've gotten to know each other. For people who come from a social media background, We can sometimes get into what people will describe as kind of a guru mindset, or I lead and you follow. We have followers on social media, on all these different platforms, and there are people that it feels like on social media, they are there to receive what we have to share. They're consumers. And the difference between social media platforms and this guru model versus community is that when you come into a community, we can remember that it's about the people that are in the group. So it's more communal. We connect with each other, we collaborate, and we have interactions that are on a level playing field. They go both ways, back and forth. It's an exchange, and that builds the culture of the group, being able to exchange with one another instead of this model where it's always this top-down system where the guru is telling you things, the guru is asking you things, but no one else is allowed to speak, be heard, or to share. So inside the best community settings that I've seen, and I'm still working on this myself, it's a model of true community and true exchange, where everyone can collaborate together and discuss things, where people get to a point where they feel trusting, where they can be vulnerable to their comfort level, and they can share what's relevant to them. Those are two things that I think are great to build online communities, things that we've gotten wrong sometimes in the past, and if we change and make a shift, we can set ourselves up for success with online communities now. The next question is, how do you foster real engagement inside of online communities, specifically dance? And the one I have is called Skool Dance. So I've been a part of some other dance communities that are on Skool, and dance communities in real life, like studios and colleges and a professional dance company. The same way we foster engagement in real life is often the way that we foster engagement online. So making conversation, asking questions, providing opportunity for people to contribute, sharing in circles or in partnerships between two people pairing up to talk about different topics, challenging people, and doing activities together. These might look like community events, meetups on Zoom. They might look like a coffee hour together, or some kind of art, coloring, writing, journaling, even singing together, taking dance classes together. When we do things together, it builds the community culture, and people can also begin to engage when they have a shared purpose and also activities to do sometimes. It is good to remember that not everyone will participate in everything, and that's okay. Everybody's there in a community for their own reasons, and while they might not participate in everything that's available in the community, their presence there is really valuable to the group. It's a human, and we often forget that each of these members, they're not just a number, and they have things going on in their lives. I have to remind myself of that all the time. As a parent and as an artist myself, I'm working on things that sometimes keep me from participating in all of the groups and all of the events and organizations that I'm a part of to full capacity. But full capacity looks different for everybody, so it's good to remember that people will engage in your space in different ways. The same way we do online, the same way we do in person, we can bring these things to the online space. We can offer challenges for our group. I've seen specifically in dance communities, people sharing videos and giving feedback, people learning choreography from one another, people having discussions as if it's more of a forum setting. All of these things create engagement and build your community's culture. The last thing that I want to talk about is what makes an online space unique for dancers. So there are many things that make it unique for artists and for dancers. I think many artists and dancers I've met maybe aren't online. I'm sure there are pockets of people that are, but there are many that are more interested in experiencing life in the real or present or physical world and not being online in this present 2024, 2025. During this time, some people are trying to have less time on tech and more time in nature or with people, building relationships. I think an online space can be different for dancers because we're so connected to our physical bodies. We're so connected to movement and to music and to doing things with one another in close spaces, taking class, rehearsing, teaching, not all of us are familiar with doing this kind of thing in an online setting. So I think that that can be a little bit different and sometimes takes time for us to get used to. I'm still discovering what's possible in an online space for dancers, and how we can bridge that gap between what we feel comfortable doing in the physical world and what we feel comfortable doing in the virtual space. That's one thing that I think is unique for dancers. I think also dancers and artists are very creative. So I think there's a huge opportunity for us to innovate in the online space, for us to bring our creativity to this online space, specifically for me, Skool Dance. The link's going to be in the description if you want to join. We're a group of enthusiasts, practitioners, and professionals. Anyone interested in dance can join. We have lots of classes and some challenges, some dance breaks if you just want to dance for 15 minutes a day in your living room. I think dancers have this creative mindset that will enable us to innovate in the online space. We can think of new ways to use platforms like Skool and other software. Our creativity is a good thing, and I think hard skills, other kinds of skills, have been valued in the past, maybe even more than things like creativity and collaboration. But those two things being such a big part of a dancer's skill set, I think will allow us to create some new things in the online space. All right, main point, great online communities prioritize connection between members, inclusivity of all kinds of people, and understanding their background, their current life, and what they've got going on, and meaningful interaction between members as well. And that's what builds the community model, not the guru mindset where we're only interacting with one person, their values. That's okay for some communities, but the type of community I'm talking about is one where members interact with one another, they form relationships, and these things kind of branch off sometimes into their own little pockets depending on how big the community gets. Okay, if you have any questions for me, please leave a comment. If there's anything that you want to talk about that I didn't share, I love talking about community and dance communities. So come on in and join our group if you want to. Leave a comment below if you have something to share. Otherwise, and if you want to start a Skool community, the affiliate link is in the description. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.